Thanks for staying with us. It's time now for our PIX panel. Joining us this week is PIX 11 political reporter Henry Rosoff, Jeff Coltin from City and State New York, and from the New York Post, Nolan Hicks. Thank you all for being here this morning. All right, so let's begin with New York's governor's race. Both Kathy Hochul and Lee Zeldin continue going back and forth on participating in televised debates, but have yet to reach a consensus as to how many and when. Just this week, Lee Zeldin refused to accept Spectrum News debate's invitation. Hochul's team says he can't handle tough questions on his extreme views. Zeldin argues voters deserve a 3-debate minimum in this race. So, Henry, let's start with you. There are now 16 days before this election. Is having one debate better than none at all at this point?
Certainly better for voters. I don't know if it benefits either candidate or if we'll be able to tell who it benefits. There's been this national trend, particularly of Republican candidates refusing to debate, balking at debates. You think of the race down in Georgia, the race in Pennsylvania, where there will end up being one debate in each of those races in Arizona. So really the Republicans have been the driver of this, but not so in New York. And honestly, I don't think it's fair to say who this would benefit with the polls tightening and Zeldin picking up some Zelmentum, as was painfully put out in press releases last week.
Zelmentum. Okay, Jeff, what do you think? We're going to see a last-minute debate thrown in there, or you think this is it?
I certainly hope so. Look, at this point, it's on Zeldin. Hochul has said she would do one debate, and Zeldin just needs to accept it. And I'm guessing that he will. He's going to give in with the negotiations. I did a little bit of research on this, by the way. The past 3 gubernatorial cycles, there's only been one statewide debate. I mean, that's because Andrew Cuomo, governor at the time, was hesitant to do more than one, but he agreed to one. So this is, I wish there were more general election debates, but it's now standard practice in New York for at least the past 12 years to have one statewide debate. So I hope that we see, and I think we will see, at least one between Hochul and Zeldin, maybe next week or the week after.
All right, we will all be staying tuned. I want to turn now to Mayor Eric Adams. He's called himself, as we all know, a believer in second chances. But recently, he fired a staffer on his team after that staffer was caught on camera seeming to insult Adams' competence, even calling him corrupt. But Adams says it was the disparaging remarks towards the police that prompted the firing. So, Nolan, I'll ask you, was this a double standard?
Well, it's a double standard in that if you give someone a second chance, you should, does everyone get a double chance or does everyone not get a double chance? On the other hand, the other double chances that were offered did not come in the wake of insulting the mayor, who, if you work at City Hall, you work for the mayor, and to insult the boss is usually a pretty quick way to the unemployment line.
All right, Jeff, you spent a lot of time at City Hall. Is this a double standard?
Yes. I mean, I think that this poor guy, Chris Baugh, was targeted by Project Veritas. They're bad actors. And yes, he was caught saying this, but he was basically venting in what he thought was a private conversation. And I mean, frankly, look, I didn't listen to everything, but from what I saw, none of it was that bad. I mean, this is what people talk about in politics. I mean, at first, City Hall was really eager to defend this guy. Then I guess another tape dropped. I was disappointed to see that, yes, this, frankly, low-level staffer was fired for this.
And Henry, double standard, yes or no?
I would say yes. I mean, even in the mayor's statement where they let this poor guy go, they ripped Project Veritas and pointed out some of its shortcomings and all-out fraud. So, yeah, I would say so. If you're going to blame Project Veritas and still fire the guy, that is a double standard.
Yeah. Subway crime, it's certainly been on the minds of city voters. Nolan, you've written recently that Mayor Adams seems to point fingers at just about anyone on this, from the media to guns, and seeming to downplay the violence despite what the numbers show. So Nolan, what are you seeing? Is the city's subway crime problem, is it perception or reality?
Well, there is the perception that folks feel like they're taking an extra risk getting on the subway. And then there's the reality of this year we've already had 9 murders on the subway system. Before the pandemic, we would typically go a year or more between murders. And the mayor is in charge of patrolling the subways and keeping them safe. The state runs the trains. It's the job of the New York City Police Department to patrol the system and to keep it safe for users. And if you go from no murders a year or 1 murder a year to 9 murders a year, it begs a lot of questions.
Jeff, have we heard the mayor say, hey, this is the NYPD's part as well in this?
Mm-hmm. Of course the NYPD plays a role, but yes, look, it's all a matter of perception. Subways are still safer than many other places in the United States, in the country, in the world. And yet there has also been a concerning increase. So I understand the mayor really trying to, spin on this and kind of put that perspective forward, because you can argue both sides. You can argue that the subways are still, by and large, a very safe way to travel, and millions of New Yorkers do travel safely on them. And the fact that, yes, the increase is concerning, and that really does need to get under control, because every single crime, every single assault, and of course every single murder is a tragedy.
Yeah, as we begin wrapping up our conversation, Henry, I do want to ask you, I know you spend a lot of time all around the city. What are you hearing from New Yorkers? Are they thinking twice about getting on the subway or bus?
They are, frankly. I mean, I was interviewing some folks in Times Square where we were talking about the gun-free zones not long ago, and people were generally saying, I do feel safe on the street, I see lots of cops. The subway, I'm having pause at this point. So short answer, yes, Ayana, people are really thinking twice about that.
All right, Henry, Jeff, Nolan, thank you all for joining us. We certainly appreciate your time. It's great having you back with us this morning, and we'll